I got a call from Mike over at the suspension shop. The Element is ready. So I called an Uber, and Uber's starting to get kind of expensive, especially for what I had noticed people saying that those guys are getting paid. Got new lower control arms, ball joints, got the KYB struts and coilovers, all new in here. Both sides. Everything else the shop here said still looks good. Even the bushings are pliable. So we'll wait on those. And then back here, we got our Bilsteins with Swift springs. That's what we put it back here. And then we got an adjustable upper control arm that's in here from Aerogenics. So I can handle the weight that I'm going to put back here. They look pretty good in there. I'm excited to feel the ride, and it seems to ride a little bit higher too. So that'll be interesting. It's a little higher in the back. Once we get some weight in here, kind of squish those a little bit. So hopefully that'll line it all up perfect. But it's nice to have her. We're getting ready to get out on the road. The catalytic converter cover, this right here, basically it's to protect the catalytic converter so it doesn't get stolen. He told me this is where I got a little bit of a squeak coming from. I don't know what I have to do to alleviate that, but we'll check into it. I got a little bit more work I want to do to it that we'll go ahead and do later. Yeah, so here's where the alignment came back. So it's all in the green here. I'm going to come back and check on the alignment again in about 500 miles after I have weight in the back here, so that I have that dialed in really well after the suspension settles and after the weight's in there, so I know exactly where it's going to ride and everything when I get my whole setup in there. Well, she feels pretty nice now. The steering feels nice and stiff, like not stiff as in like it's hard to turn, but not like wobbly, you know, like you actually have to apply a little bit of force to have it turn right. You can feel it still smoothly turn with the power steering. The steering wheel is locked straight center. It rides a little higher. There's no bumps like there was before. So it's not actually as rigid as I thought it might end up being, you know, with the heavier duty springs on them. So timelines haven't really been being that friendly to me. I'm out of my apartment tonight. Just got the Honda Element back, got the suspension work done. The GMC motorhome's not ready, so tonight we're gonna be stealth camping in the Honda Element. We're rolling with no build. We're just gonna clean it out, throw a mattress pad back there, and see how the night goes. It actually reminds me of back when I very first started this channel in my green Econoline van. The first night I ever stayed in there, I just went out and tried stealth camping at a Walmart. It's pretty nice having these be, you know, just moppable. You just sweep it and mop it out, you know. And here we are, our 4-inch camping mattress. All right, guys, that's it. That's all we're gonna roll out with tonight. With some water, a couple of backpacks. I got my computer and some clothes and camping mattress. Later on, I'm gonna do a build, but I had to get the suspension done before I could put any weight in here. I did see a drawer setup that for one of these Honda Elements somebody had posted on Facebook Marketplace. I'm gonna see about trying to buy, but he's not gonna be back into town until the 25th, so I want to try that before I do anything. Well, the park here is really pretty. It's right along the river. I love the river here. And I just ate something real quick. Thought I'd come down and do a little walk. One of my favorite places to walk. Supposedly this is open till 10 p.m. So later than I realized. I thought these geese guys were supposed to be up north for the summer. Don't they know it's about to get hot? Bunch of little geese here. Seen all kinds of the little geese. The babies popping up all along here. It's funny. I guess you could call them ugly gooselings too. Looks like a little kiddie wading pool, huh? With a fountain. This is a really nice park. Got the barbecue here. Go get some charcoal and have at a nice steak dinner, huh? There was a park that was right across the first apartment when I got here, and I used to love to come down there and swing in the swing here. I might do that a little bit before the sun finishes going down. Look out here and notice how dry everything is. All the cheatgrass, trees are a rare thing. And then you go over here and you look right out here and there's this massive river, the Columbia River, that cuts through here. And just as dry as it is here, you have all that water. It's really funny to me how weather zones are so different, you know, and how just the mountains is able to keep pretty much zero rainfall on this side, and it holds all the rain to the west side of the mountains in Washington. It's well known to be rain shadow here is what they call it. Okay guys, let's go find our stealth camping spot for the night. So we're gonna try to camp out right here. This is a parking lot. We came in kind of late. It's a dental office right in front of me, and there's some shrubs here that block the view from any angle of the road, and so I'm gonna see if this works for me tonight. Well guys, so I came back here, laid down for the night, and immediately there was some fight with a guy and a girl back over here behind me. Kept me from getting to sleep for a bit. So I dozed off a few minutes. I think there was some guy riding through here with a bicycle. This mattress pad though isn't too uncomfortable. It's pretty chill. It's actually pretty decent. I can't feel the floor or anything. I thought I might need more than 4 inches, but I was hoping this was good enough, so I think it's going to work out pretty well. I'm thinking that this is such a good stealth camping spot right here that what I found might be a place where several other people do it, and that might be why it was so noisy over here. I'll tell you right now, I definitely am going to want to get do some blackout stuff for the windows here. You know, it's just too easy to be seen in here, I think. Make me feel a little better. I hear more hooting and hollering out here. Hear the voices? They're pretty loud too. I don't see any people though. Huh. A lot of noise for 2:50 in the morning. I don't think I'm going to get bothered at all tonight. Not by a knock or anything, but I don't think I picked a good spot for quiet. Well, good morning. We made it through the night. No knock. I didn't think I was going to get a knock after I heard how noisy it was over here. There's a guy, I swear, again, I like 3 or 4 in the morning, I could hear him like a groan howl yell thing. I was abnormal for sure. And yeah, he did it about every like 10-15 minutes there for a bit, but I got back to sleep, and it's about 9:30 this morning. I just woke up. It's already like 85 degrees here inside the Honda Element. I didn't have any window coverings. Those will probably help quite a bit in the future. I didn't usually use blackout ones in my van, but I didn't have to because there wasn't a bunch of windows on it. There's just the one at the door, which was nice to be able to peer out if I needed to. And then I had that partition wall that prevented anybody seeing really deep into the back of the van. So it's a little bit different. I will definitely get blackout stuff. I was just been trying to be a little on the cheap side. That's not something to cheap out on. I need to see if I can get a hold of that guy with the platform that I saw online on Facebook Marketplace, but he's probably not going to be back into town for another couple of days. Seems like we're going to be doing a couple more stealth camping nights in the back here, just on the floor, before we start really doing a build out. Wow, it was way warmer in there than it is out here. Now that I'm outside of the car, it's actually not a terrible temperature outside. It was getting a bit hot in there. Without a doubt, all the way blackouts. Try to keep the heat out for a while. I'm thinking especially at that moonroof, even though I was planning on mounting Starlink there. But you know, livability comes first. All right, let's go put the lenses in and get out of here so we can make the day happen. Super stoked to show you my new kitchen upgrade in the SUV camper. This Honda Element is now sporting multiple storage opportunities. So if we pull this out, I got this whole top drawer here. I haven't decided everything that's going to go in here right now. It's just kind of got extras. This one down here is going to have my pots, my pans, my knives. I'm going to see if I can organize it a little bit better to put a cutting board underneath here. And then this right here is the best part. We got a full kitchen setup. I got an electric grill underneath here. So I can run that off electric, still get my nice grill line, say on a steak or a chicken or salmon or whatever I want to cook. We got the propane's typical propane stove everybody else sets up, right? 2 burner setup here. Then over here, I'm not sure if I'm going to stick to this, but right now there is a pull-out sink. That's kind of cool. We got our propane set up hanging out in here. The extras, the line to be able to hook a larger propane tank over here into our actual propane stove. I'm thinking this down here though, where the sink is right now, this could really become a very cool place to put all of my seasonings, my oils and all that. It's like pretty much the perfect height. So I'm debating about whether I'm going to have a sink at all. In addition, we got these 2 drawers that are sitting in here that we pull out. So this is going to be for my eye care stuff. And then camera gear, so different mounts and stuff to set up. And then it doubles as a platform for my 4-inch camping mattress. Gives me place to store the portable power station. Also a cabana for my hot water setup for my shower. I am going to add an appliance up here, up top here. This right here is going to end up having a Ninja Foodie. But overall, we're probably 80% of the way there. I'm going to install some batteries moving forward. And I'm going to put in that high output alternator so that we can get rocking and rolling and charging those batteries. I think I'm going to wait on solar. There really isn't a whole lot of room up top on these Honda Elements for solar. I might be able to do 300, maybe 400 watts up here, but I really didn't want to block the sunroof or the moonroof. We'll see where I go with that. But initially, I'm going to try to be very stealth with this. So I'm not going to be paying for campgrounds and stuff like that so I can put money away. That'll let me do the build out in this GMC motorhome